Houston Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back. Thanks for listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. We always try to bring you guests and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. You can always listen to us on iTunes, and if you hear anything you're interested in on the air, you can go to HoustonRealEstateRadio.com to get information. We always have a lot of links and information for you there. So I'm in the studio today with my co-host, Mr. James Brown. What do you want to talk about today, James?
Well, I thought that since we're at the end of the 2012, that we might look at what's going on for 2013.
Sounds good.
We have a clip from Brad Hunter, the chief economist for Metrostudy. He's talking about the housing market, the outlook. Sarah Eisen and Tom Keene are there as well from Bloomberg Television.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with builders and kind of new home construction.
Exactly.
You look at overall statistics and you see, wow, there's a 60-month supply of vacant developed lots. But that encompasses all kinds of locations, all kinds of lots. If you look in the areas where the builders want to build homes, the A locations we call them, there's only a 16-month supply, very short supply.
What I like about your work, Brad, is you don't look at the aggregate, you don't look at some statistics, you really go down to the narrow parts. Where do the builders and where do we want to be? Where are those good spots in housing?
Well, the builders want to be in, like we say, the A and the B locations, and those are the areas that are close to jobs, in the good school districts, in the prestigious neighborhoods, or somewhere where there's demand. And the supply of lots in those areas is dwindling very fast. The builders are clambering all over each other to get lots, and not only that, we have labor shortages as well. So a shell contractor that used to charge $8 a square foot is now $18. It's pushing up the builders' costs. They're bidding higher and higher, paying $1,700 a front foot for lots in Phoenix, paying $1,200 a front foot even in Houston, and Houston didn't go through the boom and the bust, so it's the same degree. So it's fascinating.
But ultimately, this is a sign that the housing market is returning to health.
Well, yeah, demand is no longer as big of an issue as supply again. It kind of flipped, back in the pre-boom period, and then during the boom, it was all about supply. Builders, where can I get lots? Where can I get land? And then during the recession and during the downturn in housing, 2006 to 2010, it was where are the buyers? Demand was gone, and now demand is starting to come back in a big way, and they're struggling to get enough lots.
Yeah, that's true. Our studio is located right here south of the Woodlands in Spring. And, we've got the large subdivision of Bender's Landing that has 1 to 2 acre lots, and they're almost sold out of lots. And the Woodlands is, sold out. You've got Creekside, you've got a few areas, but it's selling out pretty quick as far as lots to build on.
And that's the ironic thing. If you look in the MLS, you'll see there's over 10,000 vacant lots for sale in the Houston area. But they're not in lots where anybody would want to build, or most builders want to build right now.
They're not those A and B lots.
Exactly. And in those areas where there are A and B properties, people are, selling teardowns. So you're seeing a lot of infill housing going in and a lot of teardowns going on. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that those property owners are out there with thousands of vacant lots and no one really interested in them.
Right. Yeah, I think builders have to buy. They have to buy the developer lots that are in areas where people are going to buy. We've got Exxon coming in our area. The whole, we've got different pockets all around Houston that are just growing so fast, and that's where the demand is.
Right. I think if today I was investing in raw land and I wasn't a builder, I'd be looking beyond the borders of Harris County at this point, maybe El Campo, Wharton, Waller County, Hempstead, Texas, for example. Maybe even the I-6 or Highway 6 corridor going up towards College Station.
Yeah, that's a great area up there. And then the land is really nice going into those areas. You really get that kind of country feeling. I like that.
It's land you can enjoy now and put your kids through college later.
Yeah, you got to make a little longer haul to get to Walmart, but wow, the scenery's really nice.
That's true.
Yeah, you're not looking at all those road signs for all those different types of industries and businesses all around your neighborhood. We have such a demand here because of all the jobs that are moving here. We have so many people here. U-Haul, I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. U-Haul has said that we're the #1 destination city in the country.
That's correct.
So a lot of people moving here, and builder costs definitely have gone up. We've talked a lot about how builder costs have gone up because of green construction and the demand for the green construction. But we know grocery costs have gone up, everything's gone up. So the builder costs have gone up, and with that on top of the green, and we're already having appraisal issues, it's bound to make some more problems.
I think you're right. And it's everybody wants green, and green's energy efficient, and in the long run, green's going to pay off for us. But in the short run, it does cost a little bit more.
It is expensive. So interest rates are still low. That's a good thing for the buyers out there. And what's really cool right now is I really think this is the best winter I've ever seen for sellers.
Really?
It's exciting.
I think you're right. I think I've seen the same thing. There's not a lot of inventory out there right now. But the sellers are, because this inventory is in short supply, the sellers are having a good season. You're absolutely right.
I was looking at a chart the other day. It's actually a graph, and it showed that the annual percentage change in owners and renters from the National Association of Home Builders. They put it out, and basically owners have declined and renters have increased. Mm-hmm. What's happening to the American dream? It makes you wonder, right?
That's a good point. Well, I think the American dream's still there. It's just a dream that's deferred for now.
A dream that's expensive.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a little longer for some people to get to that point. But I think that's still, when people are surveyed, owning their own home is still very much a goal for most people, in this country. So I think, people are making the smart decision right now and renting a little longer. But, and which is good news if you're an investor and you have income property, rental properties,
sure,
or interested in acquiring rental properties. This is a great time. Mm-hmm. But, I think in the long run, everybody still aspires to own that home, and I don't think the American dream is dead.
Yeah, definitely not. Great time to sell right now. It's just really amazing. I think there have been sellers for months and even maybe some years now that have wanted to sell and have been waiting for those. Everybody's been waiting for the bottom and for those prices to go up. Now we've seen some demand and the prices going up, and the sellers are selling, and we still have a demand for housing. It's almost like the perfect storm for a seller this winter.
It's definitely that. I had a lot of sellers that were waiting for the bottom. We reached the bottom. Mm-hmm. If anyone's listening right now and was waiting for the bottom, we've reached the bottom.
Yeah, we're past the bottom now.
We're past the bottom, that's right.
Single-family home starts started declining greatly around 2007, 2008, and we saw the bottom of the trough around 2009. Mm-hmm. And, if you're looking at it graphically, and now we're heading up and have been over the past year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And unfortunately, you can't, with economics, you can't guess until you see it in your rearview mirror, and the bottom is in our rearview mirror. If you were waiting, for that to happen, it's happened. You missed it. It's time to get in the game.
Boy, that's the truth. All right, here's another segment of that Bloomberg clip. Listen to this.
Where are prices right now?
Well, home prices are starting to move up. Builders are actually getting buyers to pay higher and higher prices for the homes, which they need to do because their costs are going up.
Universal, or is it just in specific areas?
Well, it's concentrated in the A and B neighborhoods. The C and D locations that are too far, too remote from where the jobs are, there's not.
Yeah, but the point here, look at this chart, folks. Housing clears. I mean, it's just that simple. This is the chart we've been waiting for. This is just home vacancy rate. Mm-hmm. And it's plunged. And this goes to the point when we recover quickly. Is that what's occurring?
Yeah, I mean, one of the indicators that we track all the time is something that we collect ourselves called finished vacant months of supply. A finished vacant home means the builder has completed construction on the home and nobody's moved into it yet. It's basically the paint's dry, the sod's in, nobody's moved in yet. That was a very important leading indicator for home prices during the boom, post-boom, and today. And what we're seeing is that even Las Vegas is down to only a 2.1 month supply of finished vacant homes for detached homes.
James, there is kind of a lack of those finished homes. A lot of buyers can't visualize what that home's going to look like when it's built. They can't just look at that floor plan on paper and visualize it. And you really need those model homes to be able to show them and say, look, this is what your house is going to look like. We're just going to make these changes. This is what it'll be like 6 months from now when it's built. We don't have a lot of that inventory to go through and show them.
There's really not. It's unusual, definitely unusual. And I agree with what they said in the segment. Normally you'd have a bit of an inventory that you could go through and say, okay, I like this, I like that. Can I have this, piece in my house, or that, that countertop in my house, or that flooring? And you just really don't have that now. Now that said, builders are anxious to get rid of that inventory when they do have it on the market. So,
right.
When they do finish a house like that, they're ready to get it sold quickly.
Well, from a builder perspective, they'd rather sell it at the carpet tile stage, when you still pick everything out. But from a buyer perspective, a lot of buyers can't visualize it, want to see it built before they buy it. But I think that what we're seeing is is just kind of a result of our recovering so rapidly, kind of our post-boom recovery being a rapid recovery. That's kind of the outcome, is you don't have a lot of new home starts that are ready to sell. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very, very healthy, honestly. I don't foresee that as a problem. I think, having a lot of inventory is more problematic than, having homes that are built just in time for the consumer to purchase.
Right. You and I are members of the Greater Houston Builders Association, and they have an economic forecast that they put them out periodically. The chief economist for the National Association of Home Builders, David Groh, he talked about this being the rebuilding year. That 2013 is going to be the year of rebuilding, and meaning that we're going to have more home starts. That we're really pushing back into the early 2000s. Kind of what things looked like in the early 2000s. So a lot of things to look forward to in 2013. I'm really excited about it. Such a great winter for real estate. I think, going into spring's always great. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I agree. I agree 100%. I think the interest rates are going to stay low at least through 2014. So yeah, 2013 could be the pivotal year.
If you're thinking about buying or selling a real estate property, you can always call James and I anytime with your questions that you have. The call-in number, 281-882-8088. We'll be happy to talk to you about your real estate needs and answer any real estate questions that you have. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon, and if you're out looking for a house, we have lots of open houses open today. Lots of open houses going on this great Sunday. Check out HoustonRealestateRadio.com, and you can always find out more about our open houses and see past segments of the show and get more information. I'm Shannon Register.
I'm James Brown.
Take care.